Alright, ladies and gents, I'm going to crest an arrow, one of those arrows that I made last night, and show you how I can crest arrows with a Sharpie pen, Sharpie permanent marker pen. And it's very simple. All you have to do is have a cresting machine. I happen to have the Boning Junior Crester Junior. Inexpensive. It's a little noisy, so I'll try to talk loudly while I'm doing it. But when I do the cresting, I usually start with the lightest color first. In this case, the lightest color is going to be silver. And what I'll do is I've got a little guide on the cresting machine that I can use to kind of help me move along and make things more quickly and more uniformly. As I go about and do multiple arrows, I can actually crest multiple arrows, and the arrows look basically the same. There might be just a little bit of variance, but the arrows will look relatively identical. So these are kind of like my guide markers. Try to get them all about the same width. But one of the reasons why you start with the lighter colors, and I like to start with the silver stripes first because they kind of help guide the rest of the process. Next, I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to fill in between those four stripes. I'm going to fill in with yellow. So the yellow is going to, you can't really see it that well, but if you look in the foreground, you'll see an arrow that I just crested a few minutes ago, and you can see what the finished arrow looks like. And this yellow doesn't really stand out very well on this unstained poplar arrow shaft. And that's why we go in with a final marker pen, a real fine point black Sharpie pen, and mark the edges of all these colors that we have, so that kind of makes the colors pop a little bit. So you'll see what I mean once I start cresting the sharp lines, the nice crisp black lines. It helps bring out not only the yellow but also the silver as well, and it can kind of clean up your edges where the two colors meet. And this is real important to hold it steady. As you make the marks, you let the pen touch the arrow shaft, and it's very important to have a nice straight arrow shaft when you start this process, so that all your lines are nice and smooth and straight. But that's it. It took maybe 30 seconds to a minute to do the whole arrow, and they relatively match up. You can see how the two are almost identical. Let me hold them one above the other. Just some slight variance, which is going to happen when you do hand cresting. But that's it. Now what I'll do is I'll spray lightly spray a protective clear coat over this cresting, because when you shoot it, it will smear if you don't protect it, and it will eventually wear off. So a light spray of a gloss clear coat. Hold the can about maybe a foot away as you spray. You don't want to spray it up close, but spray it far enough away that the mist just kind of covers the cresting and gives you a nice coating, so that as you shoot this and this goes across the arrow rest and into the target bale, it doesn't create any smearing. Eventually it will, but for a while these will look very nice and crisp and clean and new. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.